Welcome back to Shore Garage. So what I got over here is the new heart, the new power plant for that crazy dune buggy that I built. 530 cc's, liquid cooled, dual carburetor, true dual exhaust. It's rated at about 92 horsepower. Considering the buggy motor that's on there now is only a sad 22, 23 horsepower. So it's a little bit of an increase. I already know people are gonna give me a hard time because I simply said, this is the last build video, blah, 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 blah. Well, I lied. That was the last build video at the time, and I've had the buggy out now a few times, and I've also broken it a few times. Here's a clip from yesterday. Tighten them. Sucked.
Where is everybody?
This isn't the pit. We're passing through here, but my fucking shit is broke.
What broke?
Big dog.
What broke?
I admit it was not my best moment, but I am Italian and I have high blood pressure from the birth. So what ended up actually breaking on here the first time yesterday, it didn't actually break. What ended up happening was the exhaust manifold bolts rattled loose. Now, I tightened those before I went out. The only thing I didn't do was, and I did have a lock washer on them, I didn't put thread locker on them like I probably should have. So that was whatever. I was able to, I had some spare bolts that I was able to rob off of other parts of the dune buggy to bolt that back on so I could actually continue. And then finally, ultimately, we were about maybe an hour into the trail ride. We were going to leave this spot
On a nice little trail ride at a place called The Mountain. Met up some random dudes asking my brother Matt about his build thing he's got going on here. It's nice as hell here.
When we left there, I made it about 50 feet down the trail and broke the chain. Now at this point, I was like 5-6 miles deep in the woods, and thank God I was not alone because I had my father there with me. My brother and my father were out there as well as Erica. Erica and I were driving the dune buggy, and luckily we pulled the dune buggy back to the truck, and Erica was a very happy camper.
We broke it! Good job!
So with all this being said, I finally decided, I said, you know what, it's time. I've taken this out now a few times. I've gotten to know it. It handles very, very well. It really rides soft. I'm so happy with the way it performs. And the only thing I'm not happy when it comes to performance is that motor has got to go. I've had nothing but carburetor problems. I've had nothing but, sometimes that throttle gets stuck. God, I'm just so tired of it, and I'm so fed up with it. The throttle reducer and reverse gearbox works fine, but it grinds. Like, you gotta have the thing's gotta be idling at, like, I don't know, 1 RPM in order for it to not grind into reverse or forward, mainly forward. So I said, you know what, the hell with this. I got the new CDI box is all I needed. We ohmed out the stator. Stator's putting good numbers out. My old CDI box was dead. You can see this thing was probably original from 1986 because this motor is off of a 1986 Articat L Tigre 6000. And this was the CDI box all cracked. And yeah, so some sort of goo is oozing out of that. I don't know what that's all about. So anyway, I went on the internet, the good old internet, and I found a brand new one. All the plugs line up perfect. The only issue I'm having with this motor right now is I'm not getting any spark. I'm getting signal. I'm getting all the signal I need out of the CDI box. And I have plenty of stuff going in here, which is the coil, and I'm getting nothing out of it. So obviously the coil's bad. Who knows how old that thing is. I mean, the wires are all taped together. It's a bit of a mess. So what I'm going to do in the meantime, I still have parts. Like I said, I still got to order the coil. This isn't going to take no 2 seconds. This is going to be, I got to cut the back of the frame out. I'm thinking I got to unbolt everything. I got to pull the motor, the trans. It's going to be a job. So basically we're going to be just basically an empty frame for a little while. I mean, the drive axle and everything will still be there. But I'm going to start mounting this motor, so stay with me because this thing is going to be pretty wild. I also have some other things in the works that I'm pretty excited about that you'll be seeing pretty soon. Actually, I got a lot coming. I just want to tell you so bad, but you're just going to have to wait and see. So hit that subscribe button and that little bell because, you know, you're not going to want to miss it. It's pretty wild. But for now, let's start tearing this thing down. Over the next couple episodes, you're going to see me pull that motor out. You're going to see me getting the new motor in. We're going from 22 or 23 horsepower to 92. That is a lot of horsepower for something that doesn't really weigh all that much. All this box tubing, everyone's like, that thing must weigh a ton. No, what it really, I don't know what the actual weight is, but all that is 14 gauge 1x1 box tubing. I buy them in 6-foot lengths. I buy 20 and 30 lengths sometimes at a time. I only really pay $1 to $2 per unit. You know, it's very cheap, easy to work with, a dream to weld. It's so easy to weld. And I just, it's really not that heavy. I mean, my father-in-law picks up the front end like it's nothing. And he's a pretty skinny dude, and he has no problem picking up the front end. Now, the back's a little hard, but I have picked it up to move it a couple of inches, like if it wasn't centered on the trailer. So, you know, I'm 92 horsepower. Jeez, I'm going to feel like a Honda Civic with a turbo. Holy think of a Banshee. That's 350 cc's, twin cylinder, 2-stroke, liquid cooled. I don't know what the horsepower is on those, but just think of the idea of a Banshee. You know, it's like wild animal, that thing, compared in the world of quads. Well, this is 530 cc's, liquid cooled, 2-stroke. And the carburetors are massive on them things. Like, that's like a 2-inch inlet, okay? It's the same exact carburetor company. I don't even make Mikuni. It's a Mikuni carburetor. There's 2 of them on here. Now, the Dune buggy also has a Mikuni on it. It's the exact same carburetor, but it's like half the size, and it only has 1. This has 2 of them. That's double the size, with true dual exhaust, not the classic snowmobile Y pipe that they all got going on. I don't got time for that. But I don't know. I'm pretty scared. I'm going to have to put, like, more reinforcements, I think, into this thing because it's going to be frightening. So with that said, stick with me because we got some more building to do. Get your safety glasses, put your earmuffs on, crank the Metallica tunes because we got shit to do. And I hope you enjoy it because I sure as hell know I am. So thanks for tuning into Short Garage. That's what I'm up to. Everybody stay safe out there. Wear your damn masks, wash your damn hands. Let's get out of this quarantine nonsense. I want to go riding. Okay? We'll see you next time, guys.
Always draws attention. These guys are in love with this thing.